Hi guys, welcome back to the Liberty Bunker. We have a new governor of the Bank of England. He's exactly the same as the old governor of the Bank of England, a money printer. Now, just before we begin, let's take a look at the consequences that can happen if you have an out of control central bank. This is a Zimbabwe $100 trillion banknote, and this is a biro pen. This biro pen has more value than this $100 trillion note. Reason for that is hyperinflation. That is the end consequence of out of control money printing, out of control central banks. So that should set the tone on, not having out of control central banks. Essentially, this is a news story from Sky News. Coronavirus, radical money printing plan being considered by the Bank of England. Let's take a look at this one. The coronavirus represents an unprecedented economic emergency, and the Bank of England will do anything it takes, even radical money printing operations, if it needs to, the new governor has said. An interview with Sky News, Andrew Bailey, who took over from Mark Carney at the beginning of this week, said nothing is off the table and hinted there could still be radical monetary moves yet to come, insisting the Bank of England's not done. So here we go. Prepare for ultra radical monetary policy, printing huge amounts of money. I mean, that's the only tool the Bank of England got left. Traditionally you go into an economic crisis. Historically in the UK, interest rates are somewhere between 5-7%. We've gone into a black swan event, a bad downturn event, something we haven't seen for a very long time. This is once in a generational kind of black swan event, far larger than 2007, 2008. We've gone into it completely unprepared. I mean, we knew a recession was coming at some point, but this is going to turn out to be something bigger than we've ever seen before. They have no tools left. Traditionally, you drop interest rates to help fight off a recession, but they can't do that. Interest rates going into this, 0.75, 0.5%. I mean, we dropped them to 0.25. That's going to do nothing. They won't even touch the sides. So radical money printing, something along these lines. I mean, hopefully they're not going to get to this level, a $100 trillion note. I mean, that is severe hyperinflation, but expect down the road there to be considerable inflation, probably stagflation as the economy stagnates. I mean, no one knows how long this thing is going to be, this coronavirus is going to be affecting the economy for at least a year, maybe 2 years. Who knows how long a vaccine is away. But the Bank of England, they're going in full throttle, two-footed tackle on this one. It's going to be big money printing. So we've always said this from the beginning. You shouldn't really, if you're young, healthy, if you're under 60, fairly healthy, you shouldn't really fear the virus itself. It's a consequence of the virus itself. I mean, central banks, politicians, they don't know any other way of fighting things rather than low interest rates, liquidity, printing money. So ultimately, everybody should be prepared now. Everybody should have a large stock of food in their house, be prepared for the virus itself. But this is only the tip of the iceberg. The longer term consequence will be the effects of this radical money printing operation that the Bank of England, the Fed, the Bank of Japan, the ECB will all be following. So, the pound in your pocket, expect it to be worth considerably less as the years develop. I mean, we can probably get the stock market to go up. If you print enough money, you can get the stock market to go up. But the real consequence is the inflation. What can you buy for your pound? How far will your pound go in the supermarkets? And we've had money printing over the last 10 years. We've had ultra low interest rates. So we've seen quite a lot of inflation. The average person in the streets knows shopping is getting more expensive. Taxes are going up. To pay for public services, quality of services is going down each year. This is all consequence of inflation. Expect it to get considerably worse. This could potentially be, the first step of a very, very big disaster for the UK. I mean, people in Zimbabwe have experienced it. It's happened in other countries. Argentina, Greece has traditionally had large periods of inflation, so has Italy. This is just a law of economics. You cannot print billions and billions and billions and not expect consequences to happen down the road. In the short term, yes, we may have deflation. In the long term, I don't expect this printed money to evaporate out the system anytime soon, and they probably will allow it to get out of control. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Are you expecting high to hyperinflation sometime down the road? Or do you think the Bank of England has it within itself to eventually raise rates and unwind the QE? I mean, they've been saying that for 10 years. They're going to unwind the QE, and it's only compounding more. Just my thoughts and opinions today. Thanks for watching this video. Jason from Liberty Bunker signing off. Maybe consider buying some gold or some silver, or hedge yourself against inflation in some way, and I'll see you in the next video.